Hello, greetings to you, and welcome to the Farm Perfect. Here we talk about agribusiness. So, if you are looking for a place where you get the right information and inspiration to start your agri venture, then we are your right partner. So, today we want to look at carrot farming. Yes, carrot is one of the most profitable vegetables that you could venture into, and this is a full course from A to Z, and I believe that it will help you a lot. So let's look at the course content. In this course, we are going to have an overview of carrot farming in Ghana. We are going to look at site selection, soil preparation, variety selection, seed treatment, planting, fertilization, weed management, pest and disease management, harvesting and post-harvest management, markets, that is marketing, and then record keeping. Now, carrots, also known as Dacus carota, is a popular root vegetable, and Ghana is very common. In Ghana, is very common, and they are known for their nutritional value and versatility in cooking. We use it in most of our dishes. Yes. Um, Regions where carrots do well, the cool climate, parts such as the Asante, Brona Eastern regions. But then, with innovations, carrot is also grown in the Volta region, even in areas that are known to be hot. Yes, and in this course, I'll tell you how people are doing it, especially at the south. When you go to Aplao, Denu, Keta, those are most like coastal areas, but they are able to grow carrots in those areas in commercial scales, and they even export. Growing conditions, okay. Preferably a well-drained, sandy loam soil that is rich in organic matter is good for carrots. Importance and benefits of carrot cultivation. Nutritional value. Carrots is rich in vitamin A, K, and C, fiber, and antioxidants. And you see, there is also an economic benefit because of the high demand of carrots. It's provide farmers with income and also create job opportunities for others. The carrot value chain is such a big one. Yes, it's such a big one. You could be an aggregator. You buy from farmers and then you resell. You could be um, you could also be a supply chain manager. You could also be the end user, or you could also be a processing plant that a processing factory that uses this carrot in your product. So then health benefits: consumption supports vision, immune function, and skin health. Yes, that is carrot for you. There is something in carrot called carotene. It helps with vision. So it also boosts your immune system and skin health. So aside the nutritional and the health benefits to you as a farmer, carrots also help you to improve your livelihood through the income that you generate. Site selection. As I have pointed out earlier, a cool climate is good for carrots. Yes, a well-drained sandy loam soil with pH of 6.8 to 6.0 to 6.8 is also good. And for carrots, you want to make sure that you have an access to a reliable source of water. Yes, that is very important. It could be you could depend on the rain. I mean, your farm could be rain fed, which is not most of how will I say it, is not that much reliable. Um, in most cases you'd have to time the rainy season in order. Yes, but you could also have the farm irrigated or have a source of water on the farm purposely for carrot farming, and that is going to help you greatly. So it should be a reliable source of water for watering. Then soil preparation. So we want to look at how to prepare our land for carrot farming. What are the things we need to do to our soil so that it can support the growth of the carrot. Clear land of weeds and debris. You should clear the land, and any debris you gather it, if possible you burn it. If there are stumps, you approach it, because you do not. Carrot is a root vegetable. Okay, it is the root that grows into what we eat. So you do not want the roots to have obstacles while they are growing and they are shooting. Then soil testing for nutrient levels. That is very important. I kept repeating in my courses that most of our farmers do not test their soil for nutrient levels, so they just put the seed into the soil and they are having retarded growth, and they begin to blame some spiritual forces and all that. Meanwhile, it's just because they have not been able to test the soil to know what needs to be added, what needs to be done so that the crop could have the best of life. Add organic matter, compost or a well-rotten manure to the soil to enrich it. You could do 20 to 30 tons per hectare. Yes. Then now let's talk about variety selection. You see, there is something about carrots. These vegetables, you do not cultivate something that you feel you like. Do you get a point? Or you feel that this is what you want to do, you run at a loss. You cultivate something that is in demand, high demand, that is market friendly, that the market want, that your consumers want. So some popular varieties are the Nantes, Chantena, Imperata, or you can say Imperator, depending on where you are coming from. Yes, so these are some popular varieties that you could plant. If it is that you want to experiment with other varieties for your own consumption, why not? You can go ahead. But if you are doing it for the market, if you are doing it for customers, if you are doing it for the manufacturing industry or the pharmaceutical companies or whatsoever, then you must go for a variety that is in demand. Then considerations. The climate should be suitable, and sorry, spare me for that. It is not easy. Kindly subscribe if you have not done that. So I'm saying that some of the considerations for this variety is that you should make sure that it is suitable for the climate in which you are, and also disease resistance. Now, layout and planting. I want to state that carrot seeds are very tiny, and so carrot in itself is sowed directly to the field. You do not have to nurse carrot seeds to plant. Yes, you can do direct planting, which is done in most cases. So planting time, plant carrots during the cooler months or seasons in your region. Now this is for those who are depending on the rain fall for their farms. But for those who have irrigation, you have no limit. You can cultivate your carrots even in the dry season, as long as you have water to irrigate the farm with. Then seed depth. Sow seeds at a depth of 0.5 to 1 centimeter. Okay, now that is about 0.2 to 0.4 inches. So the seeds shouldn't be buried too much. They should just be about 0.5 to 1 centimeter above the soil. Now below the soil. So now, because the carrot seeds are very tiny. You cannot really be able to count the number of seeds you drop in a hole, but you want to make sure that as much as possible you do not drop too many seeds in a hole. Spacing: space the seeds 2 to 3 centimeters apart in rows. Space rows 30 to 40 centimeters apart. Okay, now then we have sowing method: sow directly into the prepared beds. Like I said, you do not really have to nest carrot seeds. So after we have planted after we have sealed the carrot, we need to water it. Yeah, watering is very important, and we also need to do thinning seedlings. We have to thin it. We have to make sure that we remove seeds that are too many in a hole. The plants that are many, we remove some to make way for the others to grow well, so that competition for nutrients wouldn't be too much. When there is overcrowding, the plant suffer to gain to get the necessary nutrients, so you want to prevent that. Then we have weed control: regularly remove weeds by hand or use appropriate herbicides to prevent competition for nutrients and sunlight. Yes, that is about it. I think that is self-explanatory. And fertilization: yes, fertilizer is necessary. You can do NPK, basal dressing. Yes, then the top dressing, you use urea. Weed management: this is very important. Weed management is very important, because if you just plant the carrot and you are not weeding inside, the weeds will compete with it and deprive it of nutrients, and undoubtedly you will lose your investment. So you can do hand weeding, or you use appropriate herbicides. With the herbicides, please don't use total herbicide. Use selective. Even for that, make sure that you've seek guidance from your agro chemical supplier or producer, and be sure that this is a selective type before you go and use it in your carrot farm. Else you'll go and spray the next moment you check on your farm, everything will be a hay on the farm. If you do not take time, you faint. Now, mulch to suppress weeds. Mulch another way of controlling weeds. Yes, so you could do that. Then pest and disease management. You see, carrots have their fair share of pests and diseases. You are not the only person that love carrots. There are pests also that love it. So you want to use an integrated approach to deal with carrots, rust, fly, the aphids, and all that. Then diseases such as antennaria leaf blights and powdery mildew. You want to look out for all these things, and one of the ways to deal with them, to use fungicides and crop rotation to manage this. Then irrigation. I think I have mentioned about irrigation earlier. So you should maintain a consistent moisture, but do not water unnecessarily to prevent flooding, to prevent waterlogging. Yeah, so you could use the drip or furrow irrigation to avoid the harvesting. Yes, this is where the joy is. Harvest carrots when roots reach the desired size, typically 70 to 90 days after planting. Yeah, that is roughly 3 months. Your carrots should be ready. Then use a fork or hands to gently lift the carrots from the soil. Harvest in the morning to minimize stress on the plant. Harvesting in the morning is very important, please. Don't underestimate that. Then post-harvest handling. Handle carefully to avoid bruising. You see, After you have uprooted your carrot, you want to take good care of it. You want to remove the soil, the damaged leaves, and then store it in a cool, dry place for um, transportation to the nearest point of consumption or processing. Then marketing. As for this one, before even you put the seed into the soil, you should have done your market survey and have identified a market for your carrots, so that you do not produce and then it will not be there. You will not be struggling, begging people to buy it and all that. You see, most people, when they hear that there is money in this thing, then they run and go and start it without looking for market. So when they produce it, they do not get anybody to, patronize them, and post-harvest loss set in. And that has been the frustration of many farmers. I do not think that it is wise to let that happen to you. So identify a market even before you plant. Know who you'll be selling to, know who is your off-taker and all that, so that you do not have to struggle. Then grade carrots by size and quality. Pack in ventilated crates or bags. Record keeping. This is very important. This is where many people fail. Keep detailed records of your input, labor, pest management, yields, so that you can be able to analyze your production and all that for continuous improvement. Okay, so let's talk about the money aspect. Now, for an acre of carrots, we are looking at you having approximately 15 to 20 kg. That is about 15 to 20 tons per acre. Yes, the yield. We are looking at the yield in kilogram. Now, market price per kg is between 2 cedis to 4 cedis. 2 cedis to 4 cedis. I use 2 cedis to 4 cedis as a minimum something price. Carrots 1 kg. There is no way you get it 4 cedis now at the time in Ghana. You won't. It's more than that. But let's leave it at 4 cedis for the purpose of our estimation. Then your potential revenue will be 30 to 80,000 per acre. Now let's look at the costs. Now, land preparation will be there, which will be 1,000 to 1,500. That involves plowing, harrowing, bed preparation, and all that. Then the seeds, we are looking at certified seeds, which should also cost us about 8,000 to 12,002. Then fertilizers and manure, NPK, organic matter, urea, that will budget for 1,500 to 2,500. Pest and disease control, they will be using pesticides, we'll be using fungicides and other methods of pest control. So we are estimating 800 to 1,002. Then irrigation, we are looking at 1,500 to 2,500. That is installing and the water costs. So if you already have a well or a borehole drilled on your farm, then it means that cost is taken care of. In a way, part of it is taken care of. Then labor, we are looking at 1,500 to 2,500. That involves planting, weeding, and harvesting. In some places, even applying of pesticides could still be within this 1,500 to 2,500 labor. Then miscellaneous, things that may come up, transportation, contingencies, that I want to allocate 500 to 1,000 Ghana cedis. So a total cost of approximately 7,600 to 11,400. Now, remember that the total revenue is between 30,000 to 80,000. So if you take that, let's do just 30,000. You take 30,000 out of 7,600, you are making about 4,600. That is a good business, right?